Alright, fight fans. In a sport built on individual glory, some stories are written in blood, sweat, and championship leather. But for 23-year-old Elijah Smith, his story is also written in family DNA. He is a rising star in the UFC's Bantamweight division, a top prospect with 9 wins and just 1 loss. He is currently on a 7-fight win streak. But before he was a fighter, he was a kid from Colorado Springs, with a football dream and a state-level wrestling pedigree. It wasn't until he looked past the gridiron and towards the cage that he decided to follow the footsteps of a man who had walked that path before. His father, Gilbert Smith. Gilbert Smith was a UFC veteran, a competitor on The Ultimate Fighter 25. When he retired from MMA, he built a gym, Team Victory, pouring everything he had into the next generation. And waiting for him was his son. This makes Elijah and Gilbert just the second father-son duo in UFC history. But unlike the Coutures before them, Gilbert is not just a spectator. He is Elijah's head coach and chief cornerman, guiding his son through territory he once traveled himself. It's a dynamic of tough love and mutual respect, where every lesson learned in the cage is filtered through decades of family experience. Elijah dedicated himself to that journey. He amassed a perfect 5-0 amateur MMA record before turning pro in 2022. The road wasn't always smooth. He tasted his first defeat in his 3rd pro fight. But he showed the resilience of a true fighter, rattling off 4 straight wins, primarily under the bright lights of Fury FC. That streak earned him a shot on Dana White's Contender Series in 2024, where he outclassed Arental to punch his ticket to the big show. He debuted with a win over Vince Morales, showing potential as a top prospect. But it was his sophomore outing that announced his arrival to the world. Against Kazama, Elijah found himself in a grappling exchange. In a feat of pure strength and technique, he hoisted his opponent high into the air and drove him into the canvas. It was a knockout so vicious, so primal. It drew immediate comparisons to Rampage-Jackson's legendary slam of Ricardo Arona. A $50,000 performance of the night bonus was his reward, and the MMA world took notice. But here is the dichotomy of Elijah Smith. The man who delivered one of the most brutal knockouts of the year is also a talented musician, releasing tracks under the moniker Shakur the Bag. And when he isn't creating music tracks or preparing for his own battles, he is on the mats at Team Victory, working as an assistant coach, helping his father mentor the next wave of hopefuls, passing on the lessons he's learned. This weekend at the UFC Apex, the 23-year-old prospect faces another test. He takes on Soo Young-Yu, a South Korean grappler and winner of the Road to UFC tournament. It's another stylistic puzzle. For Elijah Smith, the journey is just beginning. But with his father in his corner and a legacy on the line, he carries the past into every fight, while forging a future that is entirely his own. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.